Well, hello again, it's Chief Yancey. I wanted to just take a few minutes to go through and cover another feature in CrewSense. Today I'm going to be covering a feature called Callback Board. This is what you're probably used to in Fire Manager that we use to signups. This is the area where you go to pick up shifts that are open. You can, as for our part-timers to pick up shifts that are not regularly scheduled, or for our full-timers to pick up extra shifts for overtime. The difference with the callback board in CrewSense and the sign-up feature in Fire Manager was Fire Manager, you could go through the whole calendar and you could find open shifts and sign up for them. The callback feature, you have to wait until the shifts are actually opened and sent out, and then it only sends it to certain people according to their permissions or how much they've worked or how much overtime they're in. It kind of categorizes and forms a list to send it out to. But needless to say, if you'll open the callback board either on your phone or on the desktop, once you open the callback board, all the shifts that are available to you that you're qualified to work will be listed there. So let's take a quick look. This is the home screen of the app, and again, the app looks just about the same on your Android devices and on your Apple devices. So you'll see kind of in the bottom right corner of the screen here, you've got the money sign, and it says callback board. So you'll hit that, and it'll open it up, and it'll say callback board, and then it will list out all of the shifts that are there for you to pick up. Now in this case, I do not have any open to me, so we're going to create one so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so you'll see here that I've got no callbacks open that are available to me. So I'm creating a callback just for me. And we may have to go in here and refresh, but I should get a notification that I have a callback. So let's see what it does. So we're giving the system just a minute. I'm going to go back to my home screen. And see, once you go back, then you can see your notifications and your active callbacks at this point. So let's go on back to the home screen. And we'll hit callbacks again. Okay, it hasn't processed yet. So while we're waiting for that to process, if you're using it from the desktop, you can go up here to your top left and you can click on the your name, and then, or you can click on the gears here and you can do callback board, and that callback board will take you to the same callback board. And you see I now have a position open, and if you had multiple ones open, like if I open up the whole month, which I'm going to do here, today's August 19th, I'm about to open it up for the whole month of September, so you'll have a whole list of days here, so you can look at it here. So you can get to this callback board two different ways. You can get to it from the app, you can get to it from the money sign callback board here in the bottom right, or you can go either in the app or on your desktop. You can go up here to the top left and click on the gear, or click on your name on a desktop and go to the callback board, and you'll see I have a notification now letting me know that there's a callback available to me. So you click on that, it'll take you to the callback board. You can open that callback by hitting respond, and it will give you the details about the callback. So the callback I did for today, the hours of 1700 to 1900, and you can see who it was initiated by, and then it closes at today at 1440. So it will time out, and so the default for all of these is 48 hours prior to the beginning of the shift. And if it fails to fill before 48 hours prior to the shift, then it will roll over into the mandatory holdover list, and then somebody will be held over for the following shift unless somebody picks it up between that point. Okay, so once you're here, whether you want to accept it or not, choose one, and basically by accepting it, it'll place you on the schedule, and that shift is now yours unless multiple people hit it at the same time. But it usually gives the first person the shift first. Sometimes it will allow two people to sign up for it, and I'll let go by who signed up for it first or who has the lower amount of hours. If you do not wish to be bugged about that shift anymore, you know you can't work that day, and you don't want to receive text messages on it or app notifications, just simply hit decline, and it will put you in the system not to bother you for that shift. Alright, so in this case, I'm going to accept it so you can see what it does on the schedule. So we're going to hit accept. I no longer have callbacks. It tells me at the bottom that I have been scheduled, and that it has emailed myself because I'm the one who started the callback. So now you can go and you can look at your schedule. And we do that for today. So that's the 19th. And you can see here at the bottom, callback for firefighter, and I picked up that shift. Or you can see it in the crew schedule. And you can see it for today. And you see over here on the right, it says callback for firefighter, and then it lists the hours and where I'm at. So the difference is on this one is it did not get assigned to any particular spot. It was just a callback for a spot. You would actually show up in the spot that you signed up for. So like right here, if you had signed up for this 1230 to 0700 hours, it would have put you in that spot. So we use the callback for a couple different reasons. The callback is used anytime anyone calls in sick or calls off hurt or injured. The on-duty officer will send out a callback, and so you'll have that sitting there. So if you can pick it up and want to work it, you can sign up for it, and then it will notify the officer, and it will put you on the schedule for that time. We also use it. I use it 30 days out or further, trying to fill the schedule. So I'll run through, like right now I'm running through the month of September. I've run through the whole month of September. I've granted all the off times, and so we have vacancies in the schedule. So now I'm sending out a list of probably, say, 25 vacancies for the whole month of September, and it will send these out on the callback board, allowing people to pick those up. So how the callback board works is it works off of a callback ranking, and we saw that up here in the gear settings. You go up here and you can go to callback rankings, and this is different for each person, but this is how it kind of plays out. And you can see right here that each person's name is on this list and how many hours they have picked up on callbacks. It also does it by seniority, but this list is different every time it sends it out, and it tries to do that to try to be fair of who gets offered the time for extra hours. So you can see I'm 49th on the list right now, but then you can see other people have picked up other shifts, and so it places them towards the bottom of the list because they've already picked up hours on here. So it will poll these people up here first unless they hit deny, and then it would go to the next person. Pretty much that's callbacks. It's as easy as if you want to look at and see if there's any open shifts out there for the future. You just go to the callback board and see if you can work it, and click on the shift and accept it if you want to work it. If something comes out and you don't want to get the notifications on that particular callback anymore, just make sure to deny it, and it will leave you alone for that shift. I hope this has been helpful. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to call me, email me, or text me.